The future of Star Wars Squadrons has always seemed a little bit uncertain, ever since the developers basically said that future content for the game was up in the air. Well, today, we got confirmation that more content is on the way. Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Star Wars Now. Yes, you heard me right there in the intro and via the title, new content is on its way to Star Wars Squadrons. And believe it or not, it's a lot of what the community have requested. Let's jump in and take a look. Before we do though, today is a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news, lore, and more. Especially with heading to additional episodes of The Mandalorian, new Squadrons content, and much more to come next year. Okay, so what do we actually have today? Well, thanks to a brand new community post by the community manager Jay, called Pilot Briefing Holiday Supply Drops, we've got a whole host of new things, including a new map, custom matches, and 2 community requested starfighters. So let's quickly sum it up. We've got a new map, which is 4-Star Haven. This map is of course from the game's first prologue mission. Now in this update, this map will be added to fleet battles and also the dogfight mode. It's quite a nice map, and I was surprised to see if it actually wasn't in the multiplayer already, but still having an additional map, even though it's a campaign one, will still be quite nice. Obviously it's a very little update, so it didn't take much work likely to port this from the campaign all the way over to multiplayer. What I'm saying, I wasn't like making a map from total scratch. Still nice to see, and I can't wait to play it. The official description of 4-Star Haven is as follows. Set in a remote, lawless area of space under the light of twin stars. This map has been updated from its story mode counterpart to provide a new experience that should fit well with the other 6 maps. In the prologue of Squadrons, which is set at the height of the Galactic Civil War, 4-Star Haven was an isolated trading station that welcomed smugglers and pirates. Helix Squadron was sent there to search for cargo docks for Alderaan refugees. Now, 4 years later, the denizens of 4-Star Haven have made few upgrades to their station, trusting neither the Empire nor the New Republic. You don't have a chance to weave through the crowded dockyards or take the fight to open space. Now before I talk about the new components which also come into the game, let's talk about the 2 new starfighters. Yep, 2 new starfighters are joining it. Of course, these are the fan requested B-Wing and also the TIE Defender. Now of course we know the B-Wing from Star Wars Legends, but particularly in the new canon from Star Wars Rebels, as it was designed as a Blade Wing prototype by Mon Calamarian engineer Quarry, and finally tuned under General Hera Syndulla's guidance. It makes sense given she's in the game that the B-Wing would eventually appear, so it's nice to see this back here. Naturally, it's a fitting counterpart, but it's always going to go for the opposing faction. That is the fighter of Grand Admiral Thrawn, which is the TIE Defender. This is a multi-role starfighter and will join the Imperial Navy as well. Now, it's said in the post here, these 2 starfighters are as powerful as they are iconic, but will understandably balance out for the purposes of the game. The B-Wing will be categorized as a bomber-class starfighter, and the TIE Defender will be a fighter, each being able to use the components relevant to their faction and class. But they'll also come with their own unique aspects in line with what you'd expect from them, such as the B-Wing with its gyro cockpit and swiveling wings, and the TIE Defender with its shields. These functions and complete unique components will help them differentiate themselves from the other starfighters in their classes and factions. We've also made sure that they aren't outright better by default. There's still going to be a good reason to pick a Y-Wing over a B-Wing, or a TIE Fighter over a TIE Defender, vice versa. It'll depend on your playstyle and what the situation calls for. I am massively excited to see the TIE Defender and B-Wing joining Star Wars Squadrons. As a big fan of Grand Admiral Thrawn, I'm loving the TIE Defender, and also I loved it in the continuation of Star Wars Legends as well. It's great to see that. And also the B-Wing, you know, B-Wing's an iconic Star Wars starfighter. It's going to be great to actually have that and play around. It's going to be really interesting to see how these fighters perform in Star Wars Squadrons, so we'll have to see when the update comes around on November 25th. That's right, this update is coming around on November 25th. It is described as a holiday update, so it's just in time for the holiday season. Now, custom matches are also coming to Star Wars Squadrons. This is in thanks and a massive, in part to the community-run tournaments which have been taking place over the last couple of months since Squadrons release. Been about 2 months now, so it's nice to see these community tournaments up and running, so this is a big thanks to them. As the post says, and of course, above all else, well, maybe aside from a cosmetic of a child, there's something that's been greatly requested to the addition of the game, custom matches. These will allow 1 to 5 players per side across 2 teams to play on any of the now 7 maps in dogfight and fleet battles. There will be some additional restrictions and modifiers that you can change. These include things like hull, shield and damage modifiers, changing capital ship health, restricting certain starfighters and other tools to help you change how you play. With this, there will also be custom matches server browser for you to search through private matches made by your friends, and also public ones made by strangers. It's a great idea to see custom matches coming to Star Wars Squadrons, and it's really going to help those tournaments we see out there right now. I can't wait to see more additional tournaments strike up for Star Wars Squadrons, and hopefully Star Wars now will be taking part in some of them very soon. New components also come into the game. For fighters and bombers, you'll be able to use a boost extension kit, a component that, when used, gives your starfighter a full boost. It'll recharge over time and can be used again. Ion rockets also coming. These aren't unlike the barrage rockets that we currently have. They'd be great for hit and run attacks to strip enemy shields. These rockets move at half speed of the standard rockets, but can be used at the same time as other components, including their non-ion counterparts. Prototype piercing torpedoes will also be coming along. These kind of, do what it says on the tin essentially. You're going to kind of want to be well suited for striking flagship subsystems like shields before they're taken down, etc. And of course, the anti-material rocket turret will be coming to the U-Wing and TIE Reaper, so keep an eye out for that. We'll do a full breakdown and content update when the content update actually comes around for Star Wars Squadrons, so keep an eye out for that. That's about everything in this update. The team have shared a message, which I'll read out now, basically saying a lot and thank you for the support. They say, "Thank you, we say this a lot, but this game was a passion project for the team. Getting to see our community be just as passionate about it, though, is something we'll cherish." To close out this pilot briefing, here are some thoughts from our creative director, Ian Fraser. From the earliest days, Squadrons has been a labour of love for our team, starting with just a handful of developers who fond childhood memories of flying X-Wings and TIE Fighters and other games inspired us to create something new. Ever since the launch of the game, Star Wars Squadrons, it's been an incredible joy to see players around the world climbing into the cockpit of their favourite starfighters, immersing themselves in fleet battles, building squadrons of their own throughout the community, and generally just sharing the sheer love of Star Wars space combat that has fueled this project since its inception. Your enthusiastic support for Squadrons has enabled us to expand it further and all the ways outlined above, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm particularly excited about the custom matches feature because it will allow you, the community, to take more ownership of the game and create your own experiences for a long time to come. Thank you for putting faith in us, thank you for joining the Squadrons community, and thank you for helping us to make the game even better through all of your feedback. And especially a big thank you to those of you who supported us even before launch. It's because of your backing we're able to get a bit of a head start on concepting all of this cool new stuff. You really did make a difference. Take care and see you in the stars. Ian. Of course, this update is listed as coming in November, so the first update will come this month on the 25th of November as part of Update 3.0. With it, there will be additional fixes, balance changes, and tuning. Full details will be provided in release notes, but the highlights are our new map and components coming to the game. Now, it's unclear there, it says the first update. Whether it's suggesting additional updates, not entirely sure just yet. Whether the starfighters will be coming right away or a little bit later is unclear as of right now. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out, but it's not entirely clear on it. It just says the first update will come this month on the 25th of November, but will be highlights of a new map and components coming to the game. So let's play that out. The 25th of November is in 1 week now, so we'll be here breaking down all that latest news just before the latest Mandalorian episode. Before I do end up this video, I do have to say it is fantastic to see Star Wars Squadrons receiving an additional content update. After many of the thoughts and opinions from the game devs, once the game actually came out saying there wouldn't be massive amounts of support for the future Squadrons, personally I found the game was lacking of content there. You can only play the same map so many times in my opinion, so therefore my attention of it kind of weaned off a little bit. And I'm sure many others share my opinion. Others may enjoy playing with the same maps. It's entirely up to you and how you're enjoying the game. There is no wrong way to do it. However, seeing the game supported with additional content is always a favourable option, and I can't wait to jump into the cockpit of a TIE Defender and blast some rebel scum. Okay everyone, that's it from Star Wars now. I hope you've enjoyed our video today and are looking forward to the future content for Star Wars Squadrons. If you are, then let us know down below in the video comments as per usual. And of course, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.